You've also been very outspoken and you've been a supporter of the Habilitat rehabilitation program. Why are you so high on the Habilitat program?
So that's not to say that the other programs are not good. It's just that the criminal now is not the criminal that we were looking at 20 years ago. So you cannot just treat the addiction. We have learned that we have to not just treat the addiction, but we have to treat the person. And what that means is, and most people cannot understand this because they have great families, which is a great thing, but you know, a majority of my life, because I didn't have a place to go, I was living on people's couches, right? So I didn't have any responsibility to the home because I was just staying there overnight or for a couple of nights. So, I would sleep on the couch, grab something from the fridge and leave. I didn't have to make my bed. I didn't have to clean the kitchen. I didn't have any responsibilities to the home. And that's what we're seeing now, right? People that have drug addictions having kids, raising those kids in the drug addicted environment with violence, drugs, and crime. And so these kids grow up not having any responsibility because they don't have to make their bed. They don't have a mom or dad that wakes them up in the morning and says, "Okay, make your bed, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, clean up after yourself." It's very different when you don't have that. You don't have any responsibilities or anyone to that you owe anything to. So criminals are coming up and they've never been taught that. And what Habilitat teaches you is responsibility, right? Make food for yourself, and when you do, clean up after yourself. Wake up in your bed, and when you do, make your bed, right? Clean your bathroom, know when to relax, know when to work hard, and know when to celebrate without using drugs or alcohol. But the most important thing that Habilitat teaches that's very, very, very important that a lot of the other programs don't do, some may, but a lot don't, is they teach them a trade. They work for Habilitat for several months, and Habilitat gets part of that money, and the person gets part of that money, and they get to save their money to have a nest egg to move forward once they get a once they graduate from Habilitat. So this empowers the person to be a productive member of society and to be independent, right? Because you need to have a job to feed yourself and to feed your family. So it's super important. And a lot of people don't have the ability to learn their own trade on their own. They just don't know how to do it. And Habilitat teaches that. So it's an overall program. It's not just a drug addiction treatment program.
Wow, that's actually quite revolutionary. I didn't know that because the big flaw in keeping people locally versus in Arizona is that trades program. People talk about wanting to be in Arizona away from their family just so that they have the opportunity to be in better conditions and to learn a trade or a skill. Here locally, you don't have those opportunities when you're in custody. So one of the solutions to help moving forward these people who are on the fringes would be programs like Habilitat. You kind of brought that to my attention, and I had no idea that they did that.
So I'll tell you, even though this is not my kuleana as the prosecutor, the Department of Public Safety needs to be headed by a director who understands this, because then he or she can retain a programs director who understands this, and they can start implementing these things into their programs.
That would be huge.
Yeah. So pre-trial and post-sentencing, if there was that type of treatment, it would lessen the incarceration rate, because now we see less recidivism, right? Now they can get out early because they have a plan. You can't just get out of prison without a plan, right? You need a place to go, you need a treatment program, and you need to be able to work. So if you've never been able to work before and you have no skills, how are you going to fulfill that third requirement? You can't.